In this video, we look at a book. The lectures that formed the basis of it were given in 1946 by the psychiatrist Viktor Frankl, a scant event months after he was liberated from a labor camp, where a short time before he had been on the brink of death. 64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy. Welcome to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. My name is Igor S.F. Walker. Today we look at Yes to Life in Spite of Everything by Viktor E. Frankl. So how about you slow down and relax? Reduce all that noise for just a bit. Make that choice and decide to listen. Stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools that will help you tremendously in this game of life. Discover a way to find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. I will share some tools to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. Propaganda has played a major role shaping an outlook in people ruled by the Axis powers. Hitler had argued that people would believe anything if it was repeated often enough, and if disconfirming information was routinely denied, silenced, or disputed with yet more lies. Frankl knew well the toxicity of propaganda deployed by the Nazis in their rise to power and beyond. It was actually aimed, he saw, at the very value of existence itself. Asserting that worthlessness of life, at least for anyone like himself who fell into a category like gypsies, gays, Jews, political dissidents, among others. Rather than just seeking happiness, he proposed we can seek a sense of purpose that life offers us. Happiness in itself does not qualify as such a purpose. Pleasures do not give our life meaning. In contrast, he points out that even the dark and joyless episodes of our lives can be times when we mature and when we find meaning. He even posits that the more difficult, the more meaningful troubles and challenges can be. How we deal with the tough parts of our lives, he observed, shows who we are. If we cannot change our fate, at least we can accept it, adapt, and possibly go inner growth, even in the midst of troubles. There are three main ways people find fulfillment of their life meaning in Frankl's view. First, there is action, such as creating work, whether art or labor of art, something that outlasts us and then continues to have an impact. Second, he says meaning can be found in appreciating nature, works of art, or simply loving people. And the third lies in how a person adapts and reacts to an unavoidable limits of their life and life possibilities, such as facing their own death or even more dreadful fate like the concentration camp. In short, our lives take on meaning through our actions, through loving, and through suffering. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I'm not for others, what am I? And if not now, when? For Frankl, this suggested that each of us has our own unique life purpose, and that serving others actually enables it. The scope and range of our actions matter less than how well we respond to the specific demands of our life cycle and our life circle. Our unique strengths and weaknesses make each of us uniquely irreplaceable. Frankl asked how it might be possible to resurrect and then sustain concepts like noble meaning in life, which had been so wantonly demolished by a torrent of lies. Whoever has a why can live and bear almost anyhow. Whoever has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. As the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche declared, Frankl takes this maxim as an explanation for the will to survive. He noted in some fellow prisoners, those who found larger meaning and purpose in their lives, the dreams that they could contribute were, in Franklin's view, more likely to survive than were those who actually gave up. One crucial fact mattered here. Despite the cruelty visited on the prisoners by the guards, the beatings, the torture, the constant threat of death, there was one part of their life that remained free. Their own minds, their hopes, their imaginations. They were up to them. Despite and in spite their awful circumstances, this inner ability was real human freedom. People are prepared to starve, he saw, if starvation has a purpose or a meaning. Faith is what happens to us beyond our control. But we each are responsible for how we relate to those events. So what has come through to us from past? Two things. Everything depends on the individual human being, regardless of how small a number of like-minded people there is. And everything depends on each person through action and not mere words, creatively making the meaning of life and reality in his or her own view. Therefore, we must counter the negative propaganda of recent times, the propaganda of nonsense, of non-meaning, with another propaganda that must be firstly individual and secondly active. Only then can it be positive. So faith is part of our lives, and so is suffering. Therefore, if life has meaning, suffering also has meaning. Consequently, suffering, as long as it is necessary and unavoidable, also holds the possibility of being meaningful. It is actually universally recognized and appreciated as such. In the course of life, human beings must be prepared to change the direction of this fulfillment of meaning, often abruptly, according to the particular challenge or challenges of the hour. For we have pointed out that the meaning of life can only be a specific one, specific both in relation to each individual person and in relation to each individual hour. The question that life asks us changes both from person to person and from situation to situation. We no longer need to feel surprised if there are people who, acknowledging the meaningfulness of death within the total meaning of life, see no loss in illness and in death, and see not only a gain but almost a gift. Meaning that can ensue from illness and or dying cannot be affected by any external lack of success or any failure in this world. that is rather an internal success. And this inner success exists despite external failure. What may also be clear is perhaps that all of this is not only true for special cases, but we actually can apply it to all of our lives and the whole of our lives. For somehow all our lives are ultimately unsuccessful to the extent that we understand success as only being external success. No external success, no effect, that is to say, no biological or sociological influence out there in the world is guaranteed to outlive us or even last forever. Now, inner success, the inner fulfillment of life's meaning is something that, if at all, when has been achieved once and for always. We appear to have explored the question of the meaning of life a little from various angles. In a rough review of our main conclusions, we remember above all our basic observation that life itself means being questioned, and that we cannot justifiably ask about its meaning, since the meaning exists in the act of answering. But we said that the answer that we must give to life-specific questions can no longer exist in words, but only deeds, and more than that, in living, in our whole being. The question of our lives can, as we felt, only be answered by each of us, being responsible for our own lives. To say yes to life is not only meaningful under all circumstances, because life itself is, but it is also possible under all circumstances. Purpose of these three parts: to show you that people can still, despite hardship and death, first part, despite suffering from physical or mental illness, second part, or under the faith of the concentration camp, third part, say yes to life in spite of everything. For even if the spiritual causes of suicide are so different, the mental background is the lack of belief in the meaning to live, in the meaning of life. The person committing suicide not only lacks the courage to live, to continue, but also lacks humility before life. Only when a new morality replaces our new objectivity, only when the value of every human life is once again recognized as unique and incomparable, only then will mankind have the necessary mental hold to overcome spiritual crisis. Either we change our faith, if possible, or we willingly accept it, if necessary. And there you have it. Yes to life, in spite of everything. Now, please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too, and spread the word. Do leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below. So buy it, read, never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you. What innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, your social awareness, your self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. love and respect.